So, good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to another album review of The Shield Dude on a Couch. I'm your host, Hector, and today I'm going to talk about the brand new album by the band Mountaineer, and it's called Dawn and All That Follows, and it's 8 tracks. And this is an album, Mountaineer is a band that it's hard to categorize them because they have like stoner, like sludge elements to them, but they also have like a shoegaze, dream gaze element to them, which makes it very interesting. This album is not, it's like an album of themes, and it's all about the themes is like when you fall asleep and different things that happen when you fall asleep, especially the what is called astral projections, when your like body or like soul jumps out of your body and you can see your body sleeping, but you are out of the body and you take like a journey. So it's like a sleep journey, but it's not. This is not an album about nightmares. This is more an album about introspection, and like visiting places in different areas where you're sleeping, and it tackles different themes, but everything in the realm of like what happens when you fall asleep. So yeah, this is an album that I really enjoyed. It starts with the single Cradle song, and that's basically a lullaby. It's a lullaby of when you're putting someone to sleep. So if you're a parent, you can really sink your teeth into this, because it's what you do when you are putting your loved one to sleep. So I'm gonna put my glasses on because I want to read lyrics from this record, because I think the lyrics here are very important. So on Cradle song, it starts like, close your eyes and drift away, go to places you've never been, are you sleeping, are you awake? So it's that point where you're asking this person like, hey, are you awake, are you sleeping? And then it's like professing your love to that human being that you are putting to sleep, but you're always going to think of them, because it says I'll hold you close, I'll keep you near, quiet your thoughts and numb your fear, the sky looks over you, my dear. So it's, as a parent, I can relate to this, because when you're putting like your kid to sleep, you just wish that they have pleasant sleeps and like everything will be okay. So it's a very pretty song, and musically it's they have like that dreaminess like to them. The guitars are so lush and more of like a shoegaze type of thing with the guitars. Like just think of like if Baroness meets the Smashing Pumpkins, like dreaminess sound to them, and other type of bands, and you get that like Mountaineer sound. Miguel Meza, as a vocalist here, there's no harsh vocals on this record. He's very good with those cleans and those dreamy things, because like I've talked to Miguel, he loves bands like Depeche Mode, The Cure, and it shows on the way that he does his vocals on this record. So then you have songs like Hypnose, which is again a great, and it keeps talking about like the dreams when you're like in a hypnotic state. And there's a part where he says like, because every night my dreams are all the same, my demons play their game. So it's all about like having those like worrying about things in your sleep, which sometimes that happens when you fall asleep and you're thinking of something, you dream of that later. And then you have the Prism, which was another one of the singles that they chose, and it's more of like, when you read this song, it's more of like a love letter to someone that you love, but also that person can be the devil in disguise. So it's pretty interesting, and I think the lyrics here can be interpreted in different ways, so you never know what you're gonna get. But yeah, then you have tracks like longer tracks like Dawn and All That Follows, Testimonial, and again they're playing. This record plays a lot with the pacing and the atmosphere. It's a very moody, melancholic type of record, and again they're still talking about things that happen when you sleep, like Dawn and all that follows. I think it's a very epic track, but I think Testimonial, which follows that, is one of the best tracks on the record. Especially musically, it's so great. It really, I don't know. It originally was gonna be called The Cold Boom, but they changed it to Testimonial because it's all about like when you are falling further and further, like in a sleep, and you are like, you don't know, like because there's a line that says, "I keep on falling further and further away from myself." So it's like the point where you're like in that dream that you don't know if it's a dream or if it's reality. So I think they captured that perfectly. And then they follow with a song called "You Will Always Be One of Us." And again, great title. And that one, it's all about like saying goodbye to someone before you close your eyes, because it says in a part like, "Goodbye, count the stars and close your eyes. I'll see you in dreams. I will whisper to good night, goodbye, goodbye. Count the stars and close your eyes." So yeah, it's like you're falling asleep and you're like, hey, saying to the person that you love, "I'll see you in dreams," it's very pretty. And I like how they use all the themes of sleep throughout the whole record. And then the album goes into a song called "Dark Passenger." Again, another great track. And it's all about, answering like a call. Like it says something about the writing on the wall. And so it can be hard to decipher, but it's interesting track. But it goes into the last track of the album, which is "Parallels." And "Parallels" is by far my favorite track on this record. So "Parallels" is about you're like sleeping, and it's more not only about sleep. This track is about a soulmate. Like there's someone that is living a parallel life to you, and you don't know them, but you meet them for the first time, and it's like you already know them. You can see their soul. So it's about that moment where you find your soulmate, and I guess and even though you are living parallel lives, you were meant to find each other somewhere in this thing that we call life. And that's beautiful. It's a beautiful track. And I like the ending where it says, "This moment could last forever." And it says like, "This moment could last forever." And it keeps on going. And the crescendo of the music keeps building as Miguel keeps singing, "This moment could last forever." And then it starts slowing down. And it's a awesome crescendo and a great ending to a very beautiful record. So if you like the themes about sleep and astral projection, and if you like all the bands that I've been talking about, I think you will enjoy this record. I've been listening to Mountaineer a few years now, and I think this is their best album yet. This is a great record, and I think it can be heavy, but also I think the lyrics here and how they capture that theme of sleep and being on like drifting and unconscious while sleeping, they capture it to a T. And the music also fits with the themes on this record. So great record. And also, if you want to know more about this record, I interviewed Miguel Meza, and I also interviewed their new drummer Jordan, who this is his first album with the band. And I think this is an album that if you like your heavy music, more atmospheric and like dreamlike, you will enjoy this. So I want to know from you, cultures, what do you think of Mountaineer and Dawn and all that follows? It's out this Friday, so if you haven't heard it, listen to it and comment. Right now there's 3 tracks available. You have Prism, you have Cradle Song, and of course Parallels. Great songs all around. So please do not forget to give me a like, and do not forget to subscribe. That helps me with the YouTube algorithm to get to more people like yourself. So until next time, people, this is Hector, the Shield Dude on a couch, and I'll see you right here on the couch. Thank you and goodbye.